As an establishment, Lincoln City Foundation focuses heavily on the community, not only within Bank, but the whole of Lincoln. How well do you think you know the people of Lincoln, and what would you improve for the community, physical, social and mental health well-being?
It's a good question, James, and you're never going to know everybody in any given location, but I like to think I know quite a few people. I grew up in North Hickerton, just down the road, and I currently work at the University of Lincoln. And through my work in partnerships, I get to know a lot of local businesses. I've got to know people at the football club, people in the military across Lincoln and Lincolnshire as well. So there's quite a few tie-ins, but I guess it's all about social aspects as well. So I go to church in Lincoln. I've played cricket in Lincoln before. Obviously I come to football matches, things like that. And I think just actually chatting to people and being quite open-minded, it's a good way to meet and get to know. And probably the biggest thing for me is my children actually go to St Peter at Gouts, literally just around the corner. My wife works there as well. So I'm here all the time. I know a lot of the parents and the families. So I've got a good understanding of Bank and the surrounding areas. I think in terms of affecting those things positively that you mentioned, it's about listening to people. I'm a firm believer you get to know people, understand where they're at, not make assumptions about people, particularly people from different backgrounds to yourself, and communicate well with them and find out. And ultimately at the foundation, I think we do some great work, and it's connecting with those communities, and that makes a positive impact upon them.
Activities are a great way to bring togetherness within a community, but as an establishment we try implementing high level of deliverance of these activities. How would you help to be able to enhance these sessions?
Well, I'm not an expert, particularly in sports coaching myself, but I like to think I have an understanding of a lot of the areas the foundation's involved with. So I currently work in education. I've previously worked in employability programmes, and that has included sports aspects to them. And I've worked with people from the justice system as well. So I've had quite a broad range of views on the different areas I think will be relevant. And I think most importantly, you've got to make sure you invest in the people who are the experts, give them the freedom and the space to do what they do really well. But also it's about giving a good framework. And I think my role will be to help people really sort of build upon the great work they're already doing, keep that quality there, improve quality, and look for new opportunities when they might arise as well.
Yeah. The area around Bank, as you may know, is very diverse and unfortunately has a very high crime rate, one of the highest in Lincoln. As an establishment, we want to improve the area around the stadium by using the power of our brand and to enhance community cohesion. How would you be able to improve the area?
Well, I mean, it's a big challenge, I would say, focusing on such a broad area, and it's very hard to say exactly what you do, but there's some kind of concepts this I think will really help. So, I mean, the club itself really brings people together. I mean, the fact you're here in a stadium, it looks amazing. People all get behind their local club, the Lincoln City brand, and I think that's a fantastic thing to have at our disposal. But there's other things as well. I mean, I was thinking earlier on today about like the different people who live in our community, and it's actually a brilliant thing. That difference is hugely positive. Sometimes you might say that, you mentioned crime, and crime clearly can be an issue, and I think it probably comes down to people when they've got fewer choices. Now, people always have a choice, choice to do the good thing, the bad thing, whatever, it's a personal choice. But I think the reality is sometimes people's life choices can be limited, and I think the foundation can open up some bigger choices and some wider choices to people. Community groups, community cohesion, getting out and about with people, doing litter pick, bringing them on just onto the stadium, to picnicking on a Friday. Those sort of things can really impact cohesion. It can help people be less lonely. I think it really can make a difference. And just to echo what we talked about a minute ago, education, just giving people those choices to see more and chances to grow and learn will positively impact on what choices they can make in life.
In the next 5 years, how do you think the Lincoln City Foundation would improve?
Well, it's doing great work already, but the reality is we're going to go through really tough times. Pandemic is just starting to lift off in terms of restrictions. I think we're going to see some really tough times globally and internationally, but also right here in Bank and in Lincoln. And so we've got to be really aware of that. So there's going to be less people with work, there's going to be tougher things happening, I think, in the communities we are all living and working in. I think the foundation has to shine like a beacon, really, and do more of what it stands for. And the strategy this year is about having education programmes, employability programmes, health and well-being, mental health, physical health, and that's all really positive stuff which can have a positive impact. So it's more of the same, but also I think looking for opportunities to grow it. If there's an opportunity to link in with something that's happening across the region and we can deliver it here, that would be great. So 5 years, I don't know exactly what it will look like, but I'm hoping we'll do even more great stuff.
Yeah. And finally, I want to know what attracted you to come into the Lincoln City Foundation, and also what are you most excited about to get into grips with first?
Well, when I looked at the job description, it was a little bit like a dream come true in my head. I was like, there's employability, yeah, that was what I used to do to help people get back into work if they're unemployed. There's mental and physical health programmes, I think it's vitally important. And I used to manage a team of health and wellbeing experts, physios, etc., which I thought was really rewarding. And then it was the education side, that's where I am at the minute, university and education. And I thought, you know what, it's all those different bits together. And the fact that it was at my boyhood club, Lincoln City, was like the icing on the cake, really. It wasn't the main reason, but it just really was the icing on the cake. So when I saw it all and chatted to people in the know, I started to get really excited, James. I was like, this could be amazing. I've been really lucky to have been selected to be in this role. I know how fortunate I am. I don't take it lightly. I'm really looking forward to getting to know people first. I don't have a firm idea of, day one, I'll do this. It is listen and communicate and find out. But I just think those things which are clearly going to come along with the pandemic, in terms of engagement with younger people, maybe old people loneliness, employability, and giving people good outcomes for their life. Giving them the best chance if they're in this area. That's what I'm looking forward to getting stuck into.
Been good speaking to you, thank you.
Thank you for your questions.